Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mention. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to continue to offer ideas, suggestions, and thoughts to processes to continue to elevate our frequency, because the solution is to elevate our frequency. There is no other viable solution to go above the physical. We cannot solve the problems. There is nothing we can do in the physical. The whole mission is about elevating our frequency to become eventually untouchable. We're going to become untouchable to be of lower frequency, and eventually we will. Spirit has shown me that, and I know some people will achieve that. It's like through the serial crystallization, going to become invisible. They're going to disappear. They're not going to disappear, but they're going to become invisible to third dimensional material being, and will just be able to appear and disappear as well. So it's going to be it's going to be very exciting, this ascension process. But are we willing to wait a little bit longer to realize and achieve all the things we've been asking for? It requires to let go. For it is all about letting go, to be in abandonment. For the oracle of the days, the treasure island, it is coming, this amazing treasure, the fruits of spirit, and it's coming at Turtleback. So we need to be patient, but we should know it is already there, to see it as being done, for it's like the first contact, to see it as being done, and then it will come into being. And when the first contact is going to come, the galactic beings will be interacting, will show themselves first, and then eventually they're gonna come to assist in our awakening process. But the angels and archangels will also manifest, but they will not manifest. Angels and archangels are not galactic beings. They do not have those forms. People that expect to see archangels as humans with wings, that's not the way they're gonna come in. Sometimes they can take on this symbolistic images to portray a vision that can be accepted, but they are not. They do not have form. Huh? It's like, and so eventually we'll come into the fusion with our divinity, and we'll become parents to the angels. We'll assist them in assisting us. So it's like a reciprocation. We have to recognize our ignorance in order to follow the wisdom and the love of the heart. For our mission is it transcends all personal goals and ambitions, but all our deepest desires is really integrated within this divine plan. And the mystery we need to solve, for the most part, for there is the great mysteries of the universe, the mysteries of the ins and outs of the earth's plans, but the mysteries of our own life. It is really, there is so much mystery as far as past, present, and future. So it is really that which will unfold. And so we want to be. Also, I wanted to say that even if we can elevate ourselves above the physical, and we can feel like we are in the ascension, we can still have concerns for friends and families that have made some other choices, and we're concerned about them because we see that when they're not very clairvoyant in their choice, but create them and see them see them in the light of their divinity, in full consciousness, just so that this light, as we continue to see them in the highest light, the new consciousness will emerge within them, and see them in health and wealth and abundance and wisdom, regardless of their present choice. They may change their mind. So it is, and the healing will continue to happen. Then the healing. All the healings and the information we seek is right brains, and the left brain has its place to organize things in the world, and the logical mind. But the left brain is really the heart. The key to the intuition is to the heart, and the sacred heart, and the higher plane. So, as Immanuel Kant used to say, it's like everything is given through our intuition. So. For it's interesting, because I received this information a few days ago, like April. It was a pretty strong call. April was like, what about April? Is it a person named April I'm gonna meet? Or but actually, and I saw a spiritualist that was talking in a video. He said, "Well, I'm not making projection, but there is a great deal of possibility. My feeling sense, somebody pretty credible, very connected, says that the end of this pandemic, the COVID agenda, will end by April of 2022. So it is very much a possibility. For me, Spirit says that the long trip, the long traveling is going to start by the end of January. So I'm hoping by Christmas to have resolved all my situation. So we'll see. I wanted to say that for those who there is a website there's a lot of spiritual resources. It's called giving a voice to the wisdom. You may or may not know about it, or may be aware, but it is there is a lot of spiritual resources. It's someone who's reading all kinds of materials that are very, very potent and powerful. For I'm going to pull a few cards. The highest wisdom for us today is overcoming the tests and trials to raise above all that. What we need to understand is the work. What is the work we need to do? What is it we need to do is wealth, to connect to the abundance and the wealth, and to be the outcome will be the choice. There's many choices that we are facing with. We want to choose to ask life to show us the good, the beautiful, the loving energies of life. And so we were in relationship to the tests and trials. We want to be serene, to elevate ourselves above. Breathe. Oxygen will stabilize us. And in terms of the choice, we need to be patient. When we're face to face with a choice, we want to reflect. Sometimes we make a choice, but sometimes we want to reflect before we choose. For we have to ask that old fears, not to avoid old fears, but to ask an archangel, for instance, or a master, or your highest, or your divinity, to show you in the fears in the light of love, so it can be transmuted and we don't have to face it again. Somebody was asking me about the artificial intelligence, positive or negative. It's like every technology is neither positive or negative. It is really it depends on the nature and the function of why it was created. Actually, right now I'm really not getting involved in their connected artificial intelligence, because I know it's not serving the highest good of humans. But in the universe, every higher civilization is utilizing and creating artificial intelligence and robotics that will make life so much easier. So it will be used eventually for the highest good, but every technology can be used for positive or negative. So it depends on the intentions of their creator and how they're created to function. Understanding also all the soulless beings that are manipulating the world right now will be removed. Yet the new world that we're seeking is not a world that is totally different than this one. It is a transition was very similar to this one, but with enough difference that it makes it functional, understandable, and practical, and all is included. And so it is a transition world. We have to work with some people. Everybody's different, but we want to be open to work with spirit, and there is a great spirit in the universe that's always been here, that is coming closer and more open to work with us here. Is always been also, but is the Lord Shiva. The Shiva is the destroyer of the illusion, the Maya, and he brings happiness. So continue this. It's like I've seen myself also, like eventually will attain those forms, so we'll be able to act in many spheres. It's like many arms to work in many spheres, and so. So we're right now we're learning about love by the experience of what is unloving. So it's a very strange program, but it's really what we're learning. And so, but we want to let go of the control that narcissistic people can have upon us. And it's okay to say no to all these programs. Say yes to life, but no to the programs that are not serving the highest good and not in vibration of what is wanted. For we are part of the source, we are extension of the source, but we are source itself. We want to come into this sacred union with our twins, our etheric twins. God is as etheric twin in the higher sense, and so when this union happens, it's like an explosion of joy and happiness. It's not just an intellectual. For it starts with intellectual desire, but after that it becomes. It's only when it becomes a fusion, it's quite amazing. And so, for what we seek is cellular freedom from fear, fear of such and such. It's like and we have to continue to let go, and to let go of fixed ideas, of preconceived ideas, of things has to be like that. Spirituality is that, the universe is that, God is that. For in truth, as we let go of our preconceived idea, a new higher level of truth can reveal itself. But it is very sacred, the work we're doing here. Everything is sacred in the process of assisting humanity in a collective consciousness of humanity to awaken and evolve and grow. And so it is not about isolation. A lot of people say, "Oh, all this world is like it's too much for me. I want to find an isolation point where I can isolate myself," and which is fine. You can have this refuge, but it's going to be needed to have project to assist the world and to go into the world to assist it. And sometimes we need to do counterintuitive actions, and you want to do the minimum, Sandy called minimal, and just play the game with detachment, and just ask the angels to accompany you when you are called to do certain things that you do not feel so good about. So yesterday I was walking in the street, and I said, I'm asking for the end of that process, but I knew that this is the plan of God, and there is no end to it. What we need, so I've been asking for the change, for the awakening, for the disclosure, for the salvation of the earth and its people. For all events are serving the change and the awakening. The privation of freedom is like forcing people to awaken and unified. For I do want to support all those people that are sacrificing their livelihood and their work to defend the sovereign right of beings. For it is everybody that's like non-compliant with the process is defending the right of everyone. So it's very much about and those who are collaborating with the government plan will sink with the ship. It is where the lines are being drawn. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wanted to wish you a really good day, a good weekend. And there was this song that imposed itself upon me this morning, so I was going to sing it. It's a song about wisdom and about letting go of all that, to trust the universe more. It's called Let It Be. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Songs of the Beatles, of course. It's about trusting God in all ways, trusting that just raise your vibration when there is no solution to a problem. Put it in the hand of God. Raise your vibration. Find something that feels good, and then return to the challenge, to the situation when you have the inspiration, the knowledge, the resources to solve the problem. And the card of the day is actually the Seven of Gabriel. Defend your conviction. Trust. assert your place. So it's not about the time to surrender to the machination of the program. It's about holding the ground, holding your beliefs, and through peace and doing. It's not about going to fight or whatever. It's just holding the frequency for others. And understanding it's all part of the God is doing His work. So just holding on and take care of your own frequency. Well, I thank you very much. I thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I thank you for your donations. If you want a private session, you can send me an email. I don't do fortune telling. I do personal development in those sessions. And I wish you a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Agape.